What is philosophy and reason? Well, philosophy is just a word that means love of wisdom, and reasoning is a process of information gathering. We use reasoning to support some conclusion or explanation we are trying to make. Some people have argued that human beings naturally reason in their day-to-day lives, which forces us to ask the question, well, what's the point of studying it then? The point is that philosophical thinking is the same as any other skill. If we don't practice it, we'll be quite average or even bad at it. In the same way that a person who only occasionally plays chess is probably not going to be able to win against someone who plays quite often. Philosophical thinking is a skill that requires careful attention and practice, just like any skill. If we don't practice our philosophical thinking, we may be prone to falling for the tricky persuasion of others, who hide their reasons in hidden assumptions, and force us to do things that we might not otherwise want to do, or think in ways that we might not otherwise want to think. If we're able to think philosophically successfully, we will avoid these traps. Unfortunately, we seem quite prone to letting our reasoning take a back seat when it is easier to listen to someone else. Even philosophers have to put up with this. Friedrich Nietzsche had many of his ideas taken on board and misinterpreted by the Nazi Party during World War II. How do we think philosophically and avoid these tricks and false reasonings of others? Well, in philosophy and reason in senior school, we study three main areas. First is ethics. Ethics concerns questions about right and wrong, good and bad, and evil. We think about how we ought to behave towards others, generally. And we think about particular situations or hypothetical situations in which we can test or practice ethical thinking. In epistemology, we question our own knowledge claims. Where does our knowledge come from? How do we know what we think we know we know? Look at the picture of the pencil, for instance. It looks bent, but we know that it's straight, and we could prove it's straight through mathematical modelling. Why do we trust our senses if they can be shown to be fallible in such easy ways? Metaphysics is the study of being. It asks, what is there? What are we? What makes a human being in contradistinction from any other animal? Are there special qualities? Is the universe meaningful or meaningless? And what does it matter? Running alongside these three key areas of study, we have fundamentals of argument, which is our method. Fundamentals of argument allows us to use particular techniques or procedures to assess truth claims, and therefore found or ground our knowledge. What could philosophy and reason as a senior subject lead to? Well, a huge range of future options are benefited by studying philosophy and reason. If you'd like to become a professional philosopher, for instance, it's a great way to start. However, there are many other careers that would benefit from philosophical thinking in senior high school. For instance, the law, medicine, journalism, politics, and science. Each of these fields benefits considerably from careful thought about knowledge, ethics, and questions of metaphysics. If you would like more information, please get in contact with the subject coordinator, Mr. Joel Glazebrook, on the phone number or the email address below.